Good afternoon, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. Oh my goodness, I got a dog sneezing. I don't know, apparently he's got allergies or something. I thought I would show you guys. You guys heard that? He's sneezing again. He's down there. Are you sneezing? Are you okay now? You good? You okay? I thought I would show you guys what we got done today. I showed you guys, I think we finished painting this wall, not all of it, but we finished painting this wall and this thing. That me and my dad are getting taken care of in here is that we have got this outlet is we're moving up here. We're going to cover that one down there because we're having another shelving unit that's going to go here because we're making my mom an L desk. So this is the corner piece over here, and this over here will have a like table that's going to go this way, countertop. But right here we're going to have a what's it called, another countertop or another cabinet. That's why we had to move the outlets, and also too because there's actually only 2 outlets in this room. And so what my dad is going to do is we're going to have 4 outlets up here. Again, the one down there will be covered, and then he's actually going to run like the wiring over this way and going to have another 4 outlets up here. So my mom will have lots of space to be able to plug things in and get things working, because honestly there was like plugs plugged into extension cords and like surge protectors and stuff like that because like there was not enough outlets. So there will be at least 8 up here, and possibly more we might do against the other wall as well, because then there's another 2 that are down there. So me and my dad, like I said, we worked on this for a good portion of the day today because Dad's an electrician, so he knows what he's doing. He knows how to do all this stuff, but he does normally he was like, this has been so long since I've done this, because normally he's working on like new construction sites, and so they don't do like construction where you have to conceal everything still in the wall without making giant holes through the entire thing, you guys know. So it's basically just like, you know, they don't do that all that often, and so again we had to run everything through the wall without making holes all over the place, which Matthew has got to. There was a we were gonna put it here, and there was a pipe that was running on that side, so we could not then end up putting it in there. We had to put it move it over just a little bit, so ended up working out. But like I said, we have got my dad has to get the rest of the stuff that he needs for at Menards tomorrow, and then I think we're also switching out the light switch also, but that, oh no, I think he is switching that out. So that's what we worked on for today, for a good portion of the day today. The other thing too, guys, is that I also got 1 flower bed weeded in the backyard because my dad had to sand one of the other shelves to wait for Jack to prime, because we've got one is completely ready to go, the one that's going to go here, but then we've got another one that is going to be the other side of the like desk sort of thing that we're doing. We're making my mom an L desk built in pretty much in here, with all old cabinets that were out in the garage already, that were more than likely, we figured, from probably like either the previous owners or the like even previous owners from them, because I think we're maybe the 3rd people to have lived in this house, maybe the 4th, but probably the 3rd. And they these were at some point probably replaced from the kitchen ones, and they just threw them out in the garage. And I think my dad actually hung them all up, maybe, or maybe some of them were hung up, but they were basically just used out in the garage for storage and stuff like that. So my dad was like, well, I don't really need them anymore. Like, they were just kind of used as like for holding paint cans and stuff like that, that like we don't even really like, there was no real purpose or use for a lot of the stuff that was out there already. So my dad was like, well, you know, he's like, I kind of want to just get rid of them. My mom's like, well, why don't we use them in my office? So we have a couple of ones that are going to go up on the wall as well. But anyways, I think I was telling you guys probably some of this. While my dad was working on sanding one of the other shelves, I was actually just out in the backyard weeding for today. And then it actually downpoured for a super long time, and then it stopped, and then for a while, and then it started raining again in the afternoon. We're actually under like both a tornado watch and then like a warning, or like both of those things today at some point, because it was pretty warm out, and it was like really, like, it was, the weather was really not the greatest out. So we got that. We're also working on the trim sort of in here too at the same time. But that was what I kind of got to today, was doing a lot of that electrical work. I worked on most of that with my dad today, but then the other thing that we're also going to be doing is putting a light up here in this part. And we're going to have it, it's like a recessed light. So it's going to, we have it already, that we actually found brand new in the box, me and my mom, from Goodwill like a few years ago. And so I was like, well, why don't we, since we're doing electrical work anyway all at the same time, and we're currently in the process of painting that, I was like, why don't we try and put that in case we make a mistake. It's easier to fix it now than once we finish painting and finish the walls and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and then make a mistake, or, you know, chip something or dent something, or, you know, scrape some paint, or, you know, something like that. Probably be a bigger pain to go back and have to fix it later if we didn't do it exactly perfectly, you know, and we do have a little ding or mistake or something like that on the wall. It's going to be a bigger pain to go and try and fix it afterwards. So I was like, why don't we just do that now? So we're going to do that, run an outlet. We're also going to run an outlet for a garbage disposal, I believe, that we'll eventually have hooked up, but more than likely, my dad's gonna get somebody to do plumbing for our house, because there's a couple things that we need fixed. And my dad is just like, I don't like doing plumbing. He could probably do it if it was like an emergency, but for the most part, he is not great at doing plumbing. He's like, no matter how well I do it, he's like, oh, something always seems like it's leaking, or something gets screwed up or something. So yeah, he, like I said, is gonna run the power for that now, and then just have it hooked up later, so that again, we can do all that stuff while we don't have to worry about, like, oh, you know, if something gets screwed up or something like that. Plus, I believe also too, when we pull the refrigerator out, we're going to, because we have to do that to paint and everything, and do the tiles. So we're gonna pull that out, and when we do that, we are going to run the, it has an ice maker in the like freezer that we don't have hooked up. So we're gonna get that hooked up, run it downstairs, and then again, when we get whatever plumber we're getting to come and take care of all of our plumbing stuff, have them do that all at the same time too. So yeah, that's, like I said, that isn't going to be tomorrow, but I think the rest of that stuff is getting done. My dad also got the cabinets doors put on up there. I told you guys we're going to have to move again, because we're going to put a microwave there. And long story short, this will be the 5th time we moved that cabinet. And then on top of that too, I also finished getting up the last of these tiles that were over here. I had 3 more left that I needed to pull up, and then my dad can lay actually the last 5 for that section, because we're leaving like a small gap like along here, where between the new tile and the old tile, so that we can still have enough room to pull it up, because we don't want to have the new tile butted up right next to the old tile, because when you try and go and pull it up, you might end up pulling up the new tile that just got laid. So that is why we are kind of working in sections for that as well, but we're trying to do the tile once we paint, so we don't have to tape down the tile or put a drop cloth or anything like that. Since we're pulling up the tile, we don't care if stuff gets all over it anyway. So yeah, that is it. And on top of that too, I also got all of the stuff out of these cabinets, because Matthew finished priming. I believe all of the primer is on this pretty much section part that we're doing now, with the exception of the windows are not done yet, but this whole section, pretty much this corner section I think I was showing you guys, got all primed, so it can be painted actually tomorrow. So we're like moving right along. Everybody's been having on their own stuff to kind of like get done. This is actually Matthew's section. He's just pretty much supposed to paint, prime, you know, get all that stuff done. I took all the cabinet doors off and got all the stuff out and everything like that, and then he was just kind of left to do the rest of it. And then Jack, he primed, or maybe finished painting one of the cabinets today. He also ended up pulling up all the weeds that I pulled out of the one flower bed that I got to today. Jack ended up picking all that stuff up and putting in a lawn bag, so like I didn't waste more time. Also, I have to go and pick it up, because like I don't know, Jack can do some of the stuff, like I said, like painting and priming some of the cabinets and everything, but like it's sometimes easier just to give him like the super basic stuff, like just pick up all the weeds that are all over the lawn right now. So they just got the rake out and, you know, scraped all that stuff up. So it didn't save me, you know, having to be like, okay, I either gotta, you know, put everything in a bag right after I pull it up. I was like, I could just real quick, I went through it maybe like probably 20 minutes or something like that, and just got the one back by the garage done. And so yeah, I got, like I said, that was all finished up, and Jack pulled, like I said, took care of all of the weeds that I had pulled up. And so yeah, guys, I think that's kind of where we are. But Jack is, I think, gonna paint cabinet doors tomorrow and stuff like that, and or maybe start priming the cabinet doors, the 3 off of that section, because those are going to be blue along with the, you know, the rest of the blue cabinets and everything. But I was like, after that, we only have got, like, I mean, once those cabinets are painted, we only have the 2, well, I guess 3 more left that we really have to get to. This kind of just, this section that's over here in this area, which is a little bit bigger than that, but we're pretty much then done after that. Like, that'll be really nice. So we're finishing up, guys. Well, not finishing, but probably over halfway done, I'd say, with the kitchen now. And again, working on the stuff in my mom's office, the stairs too. Those are a different story. Those ones are kind of like, we're just gonna wait, you know, like the cabinets are a little bit more pressing, I feel like, in the walls and everything like that, and then we can get to the stairs, because we actually have to figure out how we're going to actually paint them. So anyways, guys, yeah. I did edit and upload today as well, so that was awesome. I got to some of that. Yeah, I didn't get to laundry or dishes, but a lot of other stuff got done, and I am like so pooped. I'm so tired. I'm so ready for bed. And there's still more work to be done tomorrow. So yeah, I was like, maybe too, I can like pull out some more weeds in another bed, because it's kind of getting to that time where like all the weeds aren't super tiny anymore. They're kind of getting bigger. So you know, like in the beginning, like even like March and April and stuff like that, like the weeds are too small to even try and pull out of flower beds, so it's kind of pointless. But now that they are, I can definitely get to them. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog.